What's going on, my people? Welcome to vlog 12. Even you don't know. You see this, guys, all of you guys that have been complaining about our vlogs and why they take so long, but this guy behind the camera, it's his fault, not me. I'm just here. I'm free and available for filming 5 days a week. But this guy here is just long.
I think it's vlog 13.
Huh?
Vlog 13, I think.
Is it vlog 13?
Yeah, vlog 13.
All right, vlog 13. Let's see. What's the date today?
It's February the what? 7th, 8th?
February the 7th, yeah? All right, take note of that date because when this vlog goes out, I want to make sure he keeps his date in it so you'll know if it's 6 months old. Oh, and at the same time, it's the first vlog for 2020. I mean, 23 or 24?
24.
I don't know. 2024. So, yeah. Hope this year brings all of you much love, happiness, and peace, especially with all the nonsense that's going on around in this world. I'm sure you guys know what I'm talking about. But yeah, with the way things are, I think peace and love is the most important thing that we should all really try and concentrate on and be grateful and blessed for what we have. Anyway, so this is my G-Wagon, as you can see. It's absolutely filthy, and the reason why that is because it's been here for a very long time. Not very, but it's been here for long enough because we're doing quite a lot of modifications to it. I'm updating the look, the style, the interior, and the audio. We'll talk about that in a minute. Shav's car's here because he's just a race man. He's got too many cars and he likes to leave his cars here. And that might be the case with the GTR as well. That's mine, obviously. But yeah, let's go around there. Shav's his Range Rover. Nothing's been done to that. But, so the G-Wagon, I've been wanting to finish the audio system for quite some time now. As you know, it's got a monster sound system in there, but it was never quite finished because we just don't have the time to finish it. We've got 27 more speakers to go in the car, which are basically mids and tops, not bass, because bass is more than enough in the car. And we always had those speakers sat ready to go in, but we just never go around to doing it because obviously, as you know, we are very busy doing customers' cars. But, however, the other thing I wanted to do was update the style. So we've got loads more carbon fibre. We've already fitted the roof spoiler, which is just there, with the LED lights in, so that's on. We've got carbon mirrors, carbon vents, carbon bonnet trim vent thing at the back. It's a factory OEM thing that we're replacing, carbon handles. And we've got a 12-inch screen now on the inside. I don't really want to show the interior at the moment because it's all been gutted and stripped apart. However, we have got these phenomenal A-pillar pods, which is left and right, on the front with 5 speakers in it. But these 5 speakers are not firing at me, they're going to be firing out the window for people to hear. So obviously when we do car shows and events and that sort of thing, and we're dropping the tunes, you guys can hear what we're actually playing, because once that bass drops, it drowns out everything that's in the doors at the bottom. At the same time, we've got 8-inch speakers, all Black Death Pro series. This is the top of the line speakers from Vibe. 2 8s and 1 bullet tweeter there, so when the window drops, it'll expose them speakers behind there, again firing out. This is obviously, again, as I said, just for the car shows and doing demos and that sort of thing. And we've also got more 6.5s and 20s on the inside, and that's just for the cabin, that's just for myself, because the doors were never enough. And if you come around the back, we're replacing these bits with carbon also. When they arrive, we've got a new carbon steering wheel. We're trimming some of the interior up with black leather, red stitching, and have a look at this, guys. This is where we've really finished it off quite nicely. It's not quite done yet, but that's obviously going to be
This thing's gone mad. This thing's gone mad. Look what he's doing.
It's not mad, is it?
Subwoofers. How many have you got in there?
4.
Just 4. Only 4.
You don't have enough speakers, right?
He sacrificed the children. That's what he's done. He had
Hang
no
on.
rear seats.
I've got another car. Got more cars. What about you?
G-Wagon.
The song was about margaritas and all that.
Don't know about pizzas and suppositories, but let's talk about this.
What is he talking about? Whoever heard our stories on Instagram, yeah, you would have seen us bopping our head to music and that, yeah. She drops in her bars where she says after 5 margaritas she'll put it in her bar.
I thought he said.
Tell them what you thought. She said.
What said?
You thought
Five
pizzas.
Yeah. And then like.
I thought she said something about bullet in the bum.
You said bullet in the bum.
I said bullet. I said put it.
He said bullet in the bum. So
I said
thought-
put it.
so
I know what the lyrics are. I know what it means.
So 3 minutes suppository, you know, the bullet after you have margaritas, you get constipation, and you know, you need to. I don't know, man. You know, just start to get this at me, man.
After 5 margaritas, put the suppository in my bum. Dave Bentley's car. Believe it or not, this is a sad story because, bless him, he waited so long for us to build this car. We designed and fabricated brand new style of rear arch for him, so he's the only one that's got this Type 2 wide body kit. Everything else is the same as far as our Type 2 wide body is, but we call it Type 2B because the rear arches are completely different style, and they'll be molded in as well, blended in, kind of molded in, so it hasn't got the rivets on display, kind of give that Liberty Walk kind of feel, but they're not Liberty Walk, if you know what I mean. But yeah, anyway, sad story was that it went from here back to his tuners who built the engine, and unfortunately where the car was parked, some lorry came and drove into it, mashing up the whole front bumper, so we've had to redo all of that. I'm gonna have to paint the front end, put the car right for him, but at the same time it's having a lot of special work because we've torn out the whole interior. It's having a full custom retrim in red leather and black, red stitching, Alcantara, starlights, custom audio install, so it's going to be really special, and I'm going to go to town on this for him because I just like Dave. He's an amazing guy, a very great friend of ours, and a huge supporter as well. So, you know, we like to give back to those that show us love and loyalty. That's going to look awesome. Matt's car's here. Obviously, you saw his car finish, the Smith PPF, Type 3 wide body, our flagship. This has come back just to have some correctional work done on it. The airless suspension has got an air leak, so we're just putting that right for him. A couple of other odds and sods around the car, nothing major. And Shav's has got to do some mapping and tuning work on it, so the car's running tip-top. That said, I'm going to take you inside the workshop now to show you where it's really going down with a very, very special rebuild indeed. Check it out, guys. Now this, ladies and gents, is a Lamborghini Hurricane Spider, and as you can see, it's clearly seen better days. It's already been stripped. Chris has done a fantastic job in stripping this down so we can assess the damage and see how bad the repair needs to be. If you have a look, come close, I'll show you what's going on. This is the rear subframe and the whole rear chassis of the car, which is completely twisted and banarded. It's actually gone that way and that way at the same time, and it's completely pissed. It can't be reused, it can't be fixed. We're going to have to literally cut the back end of this car, the chassis off from here, right off, and replace this whole entire section with a new one. We're going to have to do that more than likely by removing this engine and gearbox. I'm not sure if it can be done in situ. I don't think we can. We might be able to get away with lifting it. I have no idea, but that's a job for the boys to decide. But however, if you look, you can see where this side is literally 2 inches higher than that side. It's obviously hard to pick up on camera, but obviously we've done the measurements. You can see this crumpled, crashed in like that. Look at the impact on the gearbox. The car's probably spun around, so the front end's damaged too, it's crashed as well. But if you look closely, come over, look at this. Look at that, come look over it. You know, all around there, you can see it's taken a really, to do that, it's got to be hit really hard. And that's all pissed and bent, all twisted, mangled all underneath there as well. So what's happened is where this has probably gone careering backwards out of control, it's landed somewhere on concrete or something really hard, where it's bent and twisted the chassis here. That drive shaft is very close to the chassis on that side. You've got cracks and splits and welds all over the back end of the chassis. So it just can't be reused at all. The only way we're going to be able to put this car right is literally by removing this whole back end and putting a new piece in. The rear quarter panels are smashed, the rear bumper, iron, all the lights, that's all gone. That's all going to have to be replaced. At the same time, we've had to take the whole convertible hood section and the whole mechanism in its entirety lifted off and out the car. That's got damage in several different areas as well. The rear glass that comes up and down here, that whole section is completely damaged. That's got to be replaced. The roll bars have obviously popped out. The anti-roll bar things that pop out upwards, they've been ejected as well. And obviously you've got airbags, stuff like that. And if you come around the front, now if you look around here, this probably, in my opinion, is where the car hit first. So it's all crumpled around there. You can see it's all mangled, twisted, coolers are bent, headlights broken, frames bent. No doubt there's some chassis damage there as well. And obviously the wings damage here, so that's got to be replaced. And once it's done, we're going to more than likely have to paint the whole car anyway. You can see the front iron is bent there as well, that needs to be replaced. So it's a very extensive repair, this car. But the client is adamant that he wants to get it repaired. In terms of his personal circumstances, it's not for me to discuss. I know you guys like to ask me a ton of questions on our social media because I've seen all the questions that you ask on it, how it was damaged, is it insured, is it Cat C, D, B, C, whatever. It's none of those things, it's a private repair. The car's gone out and it's just been smashed. Private circumstances, nothing to do with me. We're just here to put the car back on road, and that's exactly what we're going to do.
Always do it on my own, so I gotta get through it. And the only thing I know is to love what I'm doing. Never give up, never stop.
If you're wondering what this is Mark.
Hi.
I'm joking. This is Mark, obviously, who's been working with us for many years. You've probably seen him on plenty of other projects that we've been working on doing custom audio builds. He's a master when it comes to all this sort of stuff, you know. He's a craftsman.
Thank you.
So I come up with the design and he executes. Pretty simple. It's a good relationship. It's a good system. But as you can see, this panel here belongs to the G-Wagon. It sits basically like that. So when you open the back door like that, that's how the back door opens. You now got your speakers firing out. At the same time, we've got this inner panel here, which has got your speakers firing in. So they'll basically be behind me. I'll be sitting facing that way, for instance, yeah. And the reason why these are being installed is because musically the car just wasn't loud enough with the bass that we had. It was drowning out the speakers that I've got on the door at the bottom. So this is just for myself when I'm in the car listening to music. Obviously these will all be turned off on a switch along with the A-pillar speakers and along with the speakers in the boot. They'll all be on a switch. That's only for show use only. But these are for me. So Mark has just made these rings, as you can see, to sit on top, and this is just mainly just for looks, isn't it?
Yeah, it's just
so it looks nice and pretty, you know. So he's going to fill all that up. It's going to be nice and smooth like that once finished, and then once he's covered that with the carpet, it's going to look really nice. That's the idea. Happy days. If you're wondering what Paul's doing here, he's basically getting the rear bumper on. Underneath here is all the carbon, so he's basically covered it to protect it all. It's all beautiful, lovely carbon. And it's immaculate right now, so obviously we want to protect that. However, it doesn't matter whether you pay £5 for a body kit or 20 grand for a body kit. If it's made from fiberglass, it's never ever going to fit right. And it's always going to need a lot of work. That's just how it is. It's not because fiberglass is shit. It's because the fiberglass is made and taken out of molds when it's been stored or transported across the country or whatever, or across the world. It's curing, constantly curing. And what that basically means is, in other words, it's drying. And as it's drying, it starts warping and distorting a little bit. And then when it gets to the actual end user, which is, well, not the end user, we are the end body worker. But when it gets to us, we've got to put in all that work. So wherever you see this sort of pinkish colour, that's all filler work, all around the back, all along there. That has taken Paul over a week to put right. Otherwise, if you just painted it, you can, but it will look like dog shit. And obviously it's, you know, £240,000 car, whatever it's worth, and, you know, the panels have to be 100%. So that's what Paul's been working on, and he's got it there. It's pretty much there now. And the reason why it's had all that filler work all along there is because all of that was distorted. It was basically wobbly. If you run your hand over it, you'll literally just go way like that, you know? And that's why it took a hell of a lot of time for Paul to put right. He's done it now, and he's just fettling about with it, just sorting out the last bits and pieces where it bolts up to the rear quarter panel, which is making sure all of the fitment side of this is good. And then it can go into primer, and then you can work on the front end and the side skirts. At the moment, Dave's working on the tailgate, because the SVJ conversion, I didn't even mention, this car's having an SVJ conversion. So it's originally an Aventador S, and the body kit that we've supplied for it is an SVJ conversion with the exhaust tips and the wheels, so the entire thing will be SVJ once it's done. So the tailgate is also part of the body kit, and Dave's been working on that. I'll show you that in a minute. And that's had tons of filler work on it as well, making it right. And he's also working on the rear spoiler panel for where the SVJ spoiler goes. So, loads of work, But nonetheless, it's getting there, slowly but surely, and it's going to look phenomenal when it's done. I'll give you an idea. I mean, if you come over here, look. So, this is Andrew. This is our one-of-one bespoke wide-body R8 that we built for the 2020 version. And it's one of a kind. It's the only body kit in the world that looks like this. And this has taken absolute months to make nice. And if you look, we're on the final stages now. The entire kit's been removed. It's been prepped. It's been flatted. It's been blocked. Everything's been done to it. It's been made straight as a whistle, if you like. And it's going to be going in the booth this week to get painted. That's the front bonnet. Come and have a look. This is a great big whopping piece. It's probably one of the biggest panels we've actually had to make and mould and then remake again. So that is now completely carbon fibre. You can see it there shining through. You can see it shining through there as well, the carbon fibre. So we're going to mask all of that off, and then paint it and obviously leave the carbon on display, along with the rest of the body kit that we made for the car as well. So that's what I'm talking about. Even though this is our own product made from fiberglass or carbon fibre or whatever, it's had tons and tons of work, days and days and days, painstaking labour that's gone into that, for shaping, skimming, filling, making it all nice, priming it, blocking it, getting it on the car, still finding a couple of little issues here and there, fine-tuning it, just until we get to a point that we're like, you know what, we are happy, yeah, and we are happy with this car now. It is at that stage where literally it's days away from going into paint, and I'm really happy with how that's turned out. So that is basically what the SVJ is going through, and that's way ahead. This is like 50% through, so I'll show you the rear tailgate that Dave's working on. So this is the rear spoiler panel that I was telling you about earlier. It's a big old piece. It actually sits that way. So this side attaches to the engine lid, and the spoiler bolts onto that. But obviously, as I said earlier, it's a great big piece. This is actually made out of carbon fibre, and it's already had things. All this colour here is previous filler work that's been done to it before it was sent out here. So Dave's now rubbing it all down, and no doubt you're probably going to skim it all up again.
Yeah, there's loads to take it down.
Yeah. Loads of work, but it's no issue. That's what we do. If you turn around, you can see how much filler Dave's done on the engine lid. All of that there, that colour there, is filler. That there is glass and carbon fibre, hence why it's been masked off. But again, it's just part and parcel of the trade. It's what we do. It's got to be done. There's no ifs and buts about it. That's the only way to get a job perfect.
Keep my head up when I act, head up, that's a fact. Never looking back, I'ma keep myself on track. Keep my head up, staying strong, always moving on. Feel I don't belong, tell my thoughts to move along. Push myself to be the best, die with no regrets.
Okay, so there you have it, guys. You can see what's going on. Busy as always, lots going on. So stay tuned. Hope you guys enjoyed this vlog. See you in 6 months. Karen.
Always do it on my own, so I gotta get through it. And the only thing I know is to love what I'm doing.